The sun was a sliver of orange on the horizon, painting the vast African savanna in soft, gentle light. The air was cool and still, carrying the scent of damp earth and distant acacia trees. This wide, open land, a sea of golden grass dotted with thorny bushes and flat-topped trees, was waking up. Insects began to hum, and the first calls of birds echoed across the plains. It was in this quiet moment that Athena, a female ostrich, stirred. She was a giant among birds, the largest bird in the entire world. Her long, elegant neck, covered in soft, downy fuzz, rose slowly from the ground where she had been resting. Athena was magnificent. She stood taller than the tallest man, her body a powerful orb of black and gray feathers. Her legs were long and muscular, not covered in feathers but in tough, scaly skin like a reptile's. These were not just legs for walking, they were legs built for incredible speed. At the end of each leg were two massive toes, one much larger than the other, ending in a formidable 10-centimeter claw. This claw was not just for balance, it was a weapon, capable of delivering a kick so powerful it could deter even the most determined predator. Her head, small for her enormous body, was topped with a pair of the largest eyes of any land animal, each one as big as a billiard ball. Her huge eyes, fringed with long, dark lashes, scanned the horizon. They were like watchtowers, giving her a panoramic view of her surroundings. From her great height, she could see for miles in every direction, spotting the slightest movement in the waving grass. This was her first line of defense in a world filled with dangers. She took a deep breath, her powerful lungs filling with the morning air. Her flock was nearby, other ostriches beginning to rise, their dark forms silhouetted against the growing light. They were a family, a community of giants, relying on each other and their own unique gifts to navigate the challenges of the savanna. Athena took her first steps of the day, her large, two-toed feet pressing firmly into the sandy soil. She moved with a surprising grace, her body swaying gently from side to side. Her feathers, a mix of soft gray-brown on her body and white on her wings and tail, ruffled in the light breeze. Though she was a bird, she could not fly. Her wings were too small and her body too heavy, but what she lacked in flight, she more than made up for in her connection to the earth. She was a creature of the ground, a master of the open plains, and her day of survival had just begun. With the sun now higher in the sky, the air began to warm, and the savanna buzzed with life. It was time for Athena and her flock to find their breakfast. Ostriches are omnivores, which means they eat a wide variety of things. Their diet is not fancy, but it gives them the energy they need to power their massive bodies. Athena led the way, her long neck acting like a periscope, constantly scanning for both food and danger. She kept her head high, her keen eyes searching the ground below for tasty morsels. The flock followed her lead, spreading out slightly but staying close enough for safety. Athena spotted a patch of lush green leaves on a low-lying shrub. She moved towards it, her powerful legs covering the ground effortlessly. With her strong, beak-like mouth, she began to pluck the leaves, swallowing them whole. She also ate seeds, flowers, and fruits whenever she could find them. But plants were not the only things on the menu. Her sharp eyes caught the movement of a locust in the grass. With a quick peck, she snapped it up. Insects, lizards, and other small creatures provided valuable protein, an important part of her diet. She even swallowed small stones and pebbles, which would help grind up her food in her gizzard, a special part of her stomach. The flock moved slowly across the plain, a moving feast of their own. They were a collective of eyes and ears. While one ostrich lowered its head to eat, another would keep watch. They took turns, ensuring that someone was always on alert. This teamwork was essential for survival. A lone ostrich is a vulnerable ostrich, but a flock is a fortress of vigilance. Athena trusted her companions, just as they trusted her. They communicated with soft hisses and booming calls that could travel for long distances, signaling safety or warning of potential threats that lurked just out of sight. Finding water was just as important as finding food. The sun was getting stronger, and the heat was beginning to rise. Athena knew the location of a waterhole several kilometers away. It was a journey they would have to make later in the day. For now, she got much of the moisture she needed from the plants she ate. The savanna is a place of feast and famine, and ostriches have adapted to make the most of what is available. Every leaf, every seed, and every drop of water was a precious resource, a key ingredient in the recipe for staying alive on these unforgiving plains. As midday approached, the heat became intense, the air shimmered above the baked earth, and most animals sought shelter in the shade. But danger does not rest, even in the sweltering heat. Hidden in a patch of tall golden grass, a predator was watching. A female cheetah, her spotted coat providing perfect camouflage, lay low, her yellow eyes fixed on the flock of ostriches. She was the fastest land animal on Earth, a sleek and powerful hunter. She had cubs to feed, and one of the younger, less experienced ostriches on the edge of the flock looked like a possible meal. The cheetah was patient. She watched the flock's every move, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. She saw how they took turns watching, how their heads popped up and down. She needed an opening, a moment of distraction. Athena, ever watchful, felt a subtle shift in the air. It was a feeling more than a sight, a primal instinct that whispered of danger. She lifted her head. Her neck stretched to its full height, and her enormous eyes scanned the landscape with intense focus. She looked past the grazing zebras and the distant giraffes, searching for something that was out of place. There. A flicker of movement in the grass, a twitch of a black-tipped ear. It was faint, almost invisible, but Athena's eyes missed nothing. She knew that pattern, that stealthy stillness. It was the mark of a hunting cat. She let out a low, guttural hiss, a sound that instantly put the entire flock on high alert. All heads snapped up. The casual foraging stopped. Every ostrich froze, their bodies tense, their eyes all turning in the direction Athena was looking. The game had changed. The hunter was no longer hidden. Her element of surprise was lost. The cheetah knew she had been spotted. The chance for an easy ambush was gone, but hunger was a powerful motivator. She rose from her hiding spot, her lean, muscular body emerging from the grass. She took a few slow, deliberate steps into the open, her gaze still locked on the flock. It was a standoff. The ostriches stood their ground, a formidable wall of black and gray. They were not running yet. They were assessing the threat, their powerful legs ready to either fight or flee. The air was thick with tension, a silent conversation between predator and prey. The cheetah, realizing the ostriches were just too alert for a successful chase, eventually gave up and slunk back into the tall grass to wait for an easier opportunity. A collective sigh of relief seemed to pass through the flock, but, the savanna rarely offers long periods of peace. As the afternoon sun began to dip lower, casting long shadows across the plains, a new threat emerged. A clan of spotted hyenas, loping with their characteristic uneven gait, appeared on the horizon. They were not as fast as the cheetah, but they were incredibly intelligent and worked together with ruthless efficiency. The hyenas did not try to hide. They fanned out, their eerie whooping calls echoing across the land as they began to encircle the ostrich flock. This was a different kind of hunt. It was not about a quick burst of speed, but about strategy and intimidation. They aimed to cause panic, to separate a single ostrich from the safety of the group. Athena watched them, her mind racing. Running was an option, but in which direction? The hyenas were trying to cut off their escape routes. A straight-line sprint would be useless if it led them into a trap. Athena knew she had to outsmart them. Instead of panicking, she did something unexpected. She lowered her head and charged directly towards one of the hyenas on the edge of the circle. The rest of the flock, trusting her lead, followed right behind her. It was a bold and confusing move. The hyena, expecting the ostriches to flee in the opposite direction, was taken by surprise. It hesitated for a split second, unsure whether to stand its ground or get out of the way of the thundering charge of several giant, angry birds. The flock became a stampeding battering ram. That moment of hesitation was all Athena needed. The flock burst through the hyena's line, not in a scattered panic, but as a unified force. Once they were in the clear, they opened up their stride. This was what they were born to do. Athena's legs pumped like pistons, each stride covering an incredible 5 meters. She reached her top speed, a blistering 70 kilometers per hour, a speed she could maintain for a long time. The hyenas gave chase, but they were no match for this explosive power and endurance. The ostriches kicked up clouds of dust, leaving the disappointed hunters far behind. Athena's escape was not just about luck, it was really a demonstration of millions of years of evolution. The ostrich is a masterpiece of survival, perfectly adapted to its environment. Her incredible speed is her primary defense. While a cheetah might be faster in a short sprint, an ostrich has superior stamina. She can run at high speeds for up to 30 minutes, long enough to outlast most predators who rely on short, explosive bursts of energy. Her long, powerful legs are the engines for this remarkable ability, giving her the gift of endurance in a land where a chase can be, well, a marathon. But it's not just about running away. An ostrich is far from defenseless. If cornered, Athena would not hesitate to fight back. Her most dangerous weapon is her powerful forward kick. The larger of her two toes is equipped with a long dagger-like claw. She kicks forward and down with immense force, a blow strong enough to seriously injure or even kill a lion or a hyena. Predators know this, and they are often wary of getting too close to an adult ostrich's formidable legs. This powerful defense means that hunting an ostrich is always a risky proposition. Her senses are also finely tuned for survival. Her gigantic eyes provide her with exceptional vision. Because they are positioned on the sides of her head, she has a near 360-degree field of view, meaning she can see predators approaching from almost any direction without even turning her head. This is why ostriches are often found grazing peacefully alongside other animals like zebras and wildebeest. The other animals benefit from the ostrich's superior eyesight, using them as an early warning system for the entire group. Even her feathers play a role. The male ostrich has dramatic black and white plumage, which he uses in elaborate courtship dances to attract a mate. Athena's more subdued gray-brown feathers, however, serve a different purpose: camouflage. When she lies down on the ground to rest or to hide from danger, her color blends in remarkably well with the dry soil and sparse vegetation of the savanna. From a distance, her body can look like a simple mound of earth, a clever trick that has saved the lives of countless ostriches. Every part of her, from her eyes to her toes, is a tool for survival. As the sun finally touched the western horizon, the sky exploded into a symphony of fiery red, deep orange, and soft purple. The punishing heat of the day gave way to the cool, gentle breeze of evening. The day's adventures were over. Athena had successfully led her flock away from two determined predators, found food and water, and navigated the constant challenges of life on the savanna. Now, it was time to rest. The flock gathered in a familiar open area where they could see for a great distance, settling down for the night. Athena chose her spot and slowly lowered her massive body to the ground. She did not bury her head in the sand. That is a myth. Instead, she rested her long neck and head on the ground in front of her. In this position, from a distance, she looked like little more than a large rock, another clever illusion to protect her through the vulnerable night. Even while resting, the flock's system of shared vigilance continued. Some would rest, while others remained partially alert, their heads up, listening to the sounds of the night. The savanna was transformed. The daytime animals were settling down, while the nocturnal hunters, like lions and leopards, were just beginning to stir. The air filled with a new chorus of sounds, the chirping of crickets, the distant roar of a lion, and the soft rustle of unseen creatures in the grass. Athena closed her eyes, but her senses remained on guard. She was tired, but the deep instinctual drive to survive never truly slept. Her body, a marvel of natural engineering, had carried her through another day. Her life is a testament to resilience. It is a story written every day on the plains of Africa, a story of strength, intelligence, and adaptation. The ostrich is not just a strange and wonderful-looking bird, she is a true survivor. She thrives in a world of giants and hunters by being faster, more vigilant, and smarter than the danger she faces. As darkness enveloped the savanna, Athena rested, gathering her strength. For when the sun rose again, her thrilling wildlife adventure would begin all over again. A timeless dance of life and survival.